Today is a big day. It's as big of a day as they come. It's Iowa Caucus Day. It's happening right now as I'm doing this show for you guys. I want to go ahead and show you some of the closing argument ads from Bernie Sanders that dropped within the past few days. So these are incredible. I know one of them is an official campaign ad from him and his team. And then there's another one here with Killer Mike. I don't know if this is an official campaign ad or if this is a fan-made ad. But what's been amazing this entire election season so far is that I've seen, I'm not kidding, guys, at least 7 or 8 examples of fan-made ads that are just as good as the, pro-Bernie team ads that are official. So, I got to give a lot of credit to everybody out there. I mean, you want to talk about a real movement here? How many fan-made Amy Klobuchar ads are there? Even the people who are making her ads for her team are probably like, I'd rather be doing something else. Whereas Bernie's team, you got people who are just very talented and creative. And they're like, I want to make this ad. I want to do this because I like the movement so much and I love what he's doing so much. I want to be part of this positive change. So anyway, without further ado, here's 2 separate closing argument Bernie ads leading into the Iowa caucus.
I can tell how good I feel by how nervous the establishment is getting. Suddenly, Donald Trump is talking about our campaign. Suddenly, we have the Democratic establishment very nervous about this campaign. We got Wall Street nervous. We got the insurance companies nervous. We got the drug companies nervous. We got the fossil fuel industry nervous. We are their worst nightmare.
Bernie is surging, there's no question about it.
And Bernie Sanders has a lot of money.
No doubt.
Don't bring up Bernie Sanders because that's a red flag in front of me.
And they're starting to think, could this really happen?
Something's going on here because Bernie is rising.
The CNN poll, he leads Biden by 3 points among non-white voters.
Even if it's a Republican, sometimes you'll hear, I still really like Bernie Sanders. And he's got a fairly diverse coalition.
Bernie right now.
We got billionaires going on television crying that they're going to have to start paying their fair share of taxes.
They can be a hardcore Trump supporter. I like Bernie Sanders. He's honest. He's the most popular senator in the entire country.
Sanders now in the lead.
Could there really be a political movement in America which brings together blacks and whites and Latinos and Asian Americans and Native Americans, gay and straight, to stand up as working class people fighting for change? This is their nightmare on Elm Street.
I just want to say one of my favorite writers growing up was a man named James Baldwin. And I remember Baldwin saying, you ask my father to wait, my brother to wait, my uncle to wait, how long must I wait on freedom? How long must I wait on rights and equality and liberty? And as a black child, that resonated with me because I knew I'd been denied and I personalized that. But as I grew, I started to understand poor white people have been denied. Women have been denied. Gays and lesbians, transgender people been denied. Immigrant children been denied. Everybody outside of that 1% has been denied. So I want you to take a few seconds to look to your left and look to your right. Look to your neighbor and say, neighbor, the time is now. There are more of us. We're stronger. We will wait no longer. The time is now. When you go to that booth next year, I need you to carry in that booth the memory of this room. Black, white, straight, gay, men, female. We are together. We are united. Our time is right now. We will not wait 4 more years. We will not wait 20 more years. We will not wait 2 more presidents. We will not wait 3 more presidents. The time is now. The time not in the future. The time is not some abstract time. The time is not something that might be. The time ain't something that could be. The time ain't nothing that should be, that would be. It ain't tomorrow. It ain't the day after. It ain't coming next week. The time is. Senator Bernard Sanders will be the next president of the United States of America. Thank you all.
I'm not tearing up. You're tearing up. Oh, fuck, man. Wow. Goddamn. I don't have tissues, so I'm gonna... This is like the glasses cleaner thing. That's gonna have to do for now. Holy shit, man. I was tweeting about this yesterday. Nina Turner and Killer Mike are two speakers where, when they're given a rousing speech, they're so good that they could end it with like, and that's why Kyle has to jump off that building right there. And I'd be watching like, damn, they're right though. I gotta jump off that building. That's how powerful they are. That was amazing. Both of those ads were amazing. So in the first ad that you saw there, which I believe is the official Bernie Sanders team ad, the best part was billionaires crying. He said, we got billionaires crying, and then you literally see them on TV like tearing up. And what I love so much about that first ad is they go back and forth between, even Trump supporters say Bernie's honest, and immediately after that they talk about how we have the most diverse coalition of working class people. So you see what they're doing there? That's an appeal to everybody. Bringing back the Rainbow Coalition, like the old terminology that Jesse Jackson used to use, a massively diverse coalition of working class people, and also saying, hey man, I'm not saying anything, but if you're a Trump supporter who's fed up, is there room for you to sign up to this movement that's fighting for all working people? I think we can make a little room. So it's a real pitch to all Americans who actually want to fix problems and fix the system. And then in the second ad there, geez, the Killer Mike thing was just so amazing. He, there's a moment in there which again has this same undertone where he says, I realize that I'm not the only one who's getting screwed. And then he goes down a whole list of people who've been screwed. And he includes transgender folks, gay folks. But again, he says even like poor working class white people. And this is that pitch, man. Like the idea of a diverse coalition of working class people standing in solidarity to fix our problems. And that, by the way, that includes all problems. So, a diverse working class coalition is going to fight to end the drug war. And the drug war disproportionately targets minorities, minority communities. So, if black people, white people, Asian people, Native Americans, if everybody stands together, a working class coalition, we can fix all of our problems, including the problems that disproportionately target people of color. And so this is what they're alluding to. It's a vision that is very clearly anti-sectarian. It's all-inclusive and it helps everybody, but it's very clearly anti-sectarian, and as anti-sectarian as humanly possible, because again, they're alluding to, hey, if you're a former Trump voter who's fed up, we still got room for you, bro. We're not writing you off as an irredeemable deplorable, which is exactly what Hillary Clinton did in the last election. So this is powerful stuff, man. This is an argument that breaks through to anybody. And that's probably why I was tearing up. The first ad didn't make me tear up that much. I mean, I loved it. But then as soon as Killer Mike started talking, and the crescendo it built to, wow. Now, Iowa's happening right now as I'm recording this segment. Obviously, I don't know the results yet because it's happening right now. But you might be watching this at a time when we know. Listen, all I could say is the Bernie team has done absolutely everything that they could have done. Everything. I'm not kidding, man. They poured their heart and soul into it. And, you know, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to make a prediction. But what I will say is this. Everything on paper, is looking tremendous. Now, the election happens in the real world. It's not just in theory. It's not just on paper. It happens in the real world. So will that bear out in the results? That's yet to be seen as I'm talking to you guys right now, and I don't have a crystal ball to look into the future. But again, what I will tell you is, leading into this election, New Hampshire, Bernie literally doubles the closest person to him, who is Joe Biden. He literally doubles Joe Biden. So New Hampshire is looking really, really good for Bernie. And as I say that, I literally have to use the eyeglasses thing for my nose. I know, very classy and not gross at all. But New Hampshire, he's just forget it. He's so far ahead of everybody. He's Tiger Woodsing everybody and Michael Jordaning everybody in New Hampshire at this moment. In Iowa, he's not Tiger Woodsing or Michael Jordaning, but a poll was just released that had him 7 points up. I'm not sure what the average is, but I think it's around 4 points up, maybe. Bernie is. Some polls have him in a dead tie. But again, on paper, we're in a good place. And when you see ads like this, it's hard to imagine anybody overtaking this kind of stuff, man. This is as powerful as I've ever seen. This, honestly, this even puts like the Obama ads to shame in 2008, and that was a historic election victory with Obama. So again, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to make a prediction. I don't want to say any of that stuff. But again, I will say, if you look at this election on paper right now, the first few contests, which are monumentally important, on paper, it looks very solid for Bernie. And ads like that certainly are not hurting